Okay. We should be good. There we go. So Stanley Parable's talking to me again. It looks like it's talking to me again. Let's see, before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that seriously. They just leave it the clock tick and dude, they call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience and you're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. This freaking game. Yeah, it should be fun.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
As a refresher,
Stanley worked for a company in a big...
Welcome back, achievement. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let me in.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, we're gonna stay in the broom closet. This is where we belong.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No reason, huh? I'll just give you a reason.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Doing sweet fuck all. Doing sweet fuck all.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah, that's right.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I like the buzzing noise of the broom closet. That's why I'm here.
You realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
You never would have thought to mention it. That's where you're wrong.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
So there is an ending in the broom closet.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh, that's not
He
nice.
probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Wow.
That or with drug money.
Oh.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No, I'm not stepping out. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna stay right here in the broom closet. Don't worry about it. That's what we're gonna do. There's gotta be more to the broom closet. There's more deep lore to discover. There's gotta be more. There's gotta be more dialogue, he says. He had so much already. What if we walk outside and come back in? Let's see.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Is there more to the broom closet? What's going on, Aqua? It's good to see you. We're just chilling in the broom closet because the narrator's pissed that we do that. There's gotta be something more. There's gotta be something more. No, nothing, narrator. Nothing. He's not gonna tell. He's not gonna yell at me more for being in the broom closet anymore. Okay, fine. Fine. I guess that's all the deep lore of the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It was downstairs. Red.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
The buttons.
It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh, you know, just another day pondering existence in Stanley Parable.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I?
Oh my God.
And everything went black.
Oh, okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Oh my Lord.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well, no. Okay, that wasn't that deep. Alright. Sure.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What does that mean?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh my lord.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013
Oh my
on
god.
home computers.
We're having informative.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley
More.
Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
A mesmerizing adventure awaits us.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh my god,
All right.
look. New
All
content.
right, let's see, it's... the jump circle?
Exciting. Look at this exciting new content. Wow, we can't jump anymore. You only get 33 jumps. That's it, no more, no less.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I don't think I'm ready for whatever it is. Thank you for enjoying the new
That's
content.
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And
Wow.
don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally
Oh my god,
accountable.
he's gonna go to Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Alright. Wait a minute. Oh, this is a different place now. Alright.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Should I go in that vent? Or should I go on the... Yeah, sure, we'll go in the vent. It's fine. It's fine. Coffee nut.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past. And
Coffee
how
nut.
much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yes.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh, wow. Hey, yo.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
This game's too meta for its own good. This freaking game.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley
By the way,
Parable
Aqua,
was
is the
before
audio
it
levels
was
good
sullied
for you?
with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Alright, cool. Remember the original remake. Oh my god. Good times. The dollar bill. Smile because it happened. That's a good one. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. The hardest achievement to get on Steam. Oh wow, they have a they have a thing of their awards they got here. Back in 2014. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Wow. All the news that's fit to print. Wait, what's that right there? In loving memory of little Stanley? Look, there's a little hamster right there. What's with the music that's playing? What's with the music? Oh my god. What the?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
Oh my lord?
"Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less
Oh
than
my
any
lord?
form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created.
It was Skyrim,
It was
Persona
Skyrim,
3.
It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
Oh
it's
my
just
lord.
a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh my lord. That's pretty amazing. That's Jim Sterling, now James Stephanie Sterling got a shout out in the game. That's great. Like, oh my god. Like, I don't even know if this is the actual like review or not. Oh crap. Look at those. What's down here? Memory zone maintenance. That probably is the memorial music for the little hamster. But it's so easy to miss though. Wait. For Scott K. Huh.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I seriously wonder if these are this. I mean, these websites are dead now, right? No, GameSpot's still around, right? Yeah, GameSpot's still around. I think the Destructoid's done
though. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh god, no.
Reviews.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Steam reviews. Ooh, spooky.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh my lord. We're in the Steam review zone. A lawless land.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy, honestly you can. Oh goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
I like how the good reviews you can't
like
read.
A failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh no, we have to go into the world of video game criticism. Ah! So scary.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
Oh no.
I'll do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Whoa. All right.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
What if I don't click the
sit
button,
around
though?
waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago?
Absolute
which is why
nonsense.
I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are or were or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person? And
This
in fact,
dialogue
do the very
hurts my
opposite?
head.
You see, it could in fact be both of these things at
Maybe I
once.
should skip them
that
again.
you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
Idleness.
Here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
But I was
I
in a
can't
meeting.
wait
Ah,
to
I
see
see.
what
Okay,
Cookie
no
9 will
worries.
say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review.
I
or at least
appreciate you
change some of
coming.
the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Oh man.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of
Bear
one of the
just
most
says skip
beloved video
everything.
game properties of
But I
all
love
time.
hearing him talk.
The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment.
Oh my
You
God.
are not beyond redemption. You
All of
may
this because
change,
of Steam
and you
reviews.
may become more, so much more
All
than
of
you
this.
were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow. Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more time. From the ashes
No.
of... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe
Wait,
30,
the
45
door's
minutes.
gone.
unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest
this
that we
actually
not
change
press the
time?
button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Yeah, that's what I
Wasn't
asked.
there a door that led into this room?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was.
feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room
Yeah,
without
Lunas,
a door of some
the
sort.
Stanley
or
Parable is a
window or
trap.
Something like that. Do you see a window anywhere?
It is.
Porthole?
This is a very,
Sufficiently
very,
large crack in the
very
wall?
interesting
I'll
journey.
take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here. Wait here.
Don't press the skip button?
And don't press the skip button.
Are you sure?
Got it? Yes. Good. I'll be right back.
Should I wait for him or just press it? Alright. You should press it.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly
when you're going to make me suffer.
Leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety.
There's a reason I put that redeem. It's beautiful, isn't it?
No, I know you too well. You'll be leaving me at... Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh my God!
Talk to you again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
The plant is dead.
Here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's
Lunas is
always been,
bully.
right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction.
Oh my lord.
Was I scared of that all along?
He's becoming self-aware.
Yeah. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us. And I am suspended in its unyielding quietness.
Oh my lord.
I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed.
What is this
and I
game?
feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world, and I've cast a shadow onto the world.
Well, Lunas,
You see what
I
I'm
guess
saying, don't you?
I'm gonna press
You
the
can see
button.
what this means to me.
I'm gonna press the
so
button,
clear about
and,
it
and
now,
I think
Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever.
I think we're
felt
gonna go
about
back in
anything
time
at all.
into a
I
loop
feel
again.
renewed. I feel restored. and
Goodbye,
already I
narrator.
can sense the looming silence as you will press the button. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
Oh
I've
my
had
God.
so much time.
How
I stopped
much?
keeping track after a year.
A
Have you
year?
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To
The
begin
clock
with,
stopped
There
working.
is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed
The
opportunities.
clock is no
I felt
longer
nothing
ticking.
at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire
The narrator's
life.
having an
All of
existential
it
crisis now.
collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long.
Oh my
There
lord.
could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness,
Oh my lord.
the equanimity of the moment. both
There's so many
singular
big
and
words.
infinite. For the
So many
longest
big
time,
words.
This was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well.
Oh no.
Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
The darkness. Okay, bye. Oh man. I did press it again. There's nothing here. No narrator, no none. What? The fire alarm's going off? The clock fell down.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Wait, what?
It was meant to speak to the human condition. Where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world, as though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others.
He's completely lost it.
Absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so?
There is
Yes.
for just this one ending.
It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves.
He died. Or did he? Still nothing.
The end is never the end, is never the end.
Oh Lord.
The end is never the
Oh no.
end, is never the end.
Ah.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh no.
The end is
Ah,
never
give
the
me a...
end, is never the end.
Holy crap. What? What's happening? Skip? Holy crap. They can see the sun.
Yes.
Good Lord, what is happening?
Oh my god! There's plants here now. What happened to the plants? Why does it sound like a horror movie? Get me out. It's creepy. Let me out. Oh, what the hell is this perspective? Oh my, what? 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 Hey, Sleepy Pete! How's you doing? We're losing our minds to the Stanley Parable right now. Have we got to the end of the universe? I think Luminous is jelly, Sleepy Pete's. She's like, you're my viewer. Go away from the from the fedora. What do we do now? Oh. Oh, that was the actual ending, okay. Oh man, now that's one hell of a trip.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Every time I find him, I threaten him with a knife. Oh. Wait, what? When will you learn? What? Something's happening here. We talked about this, Luna. When will you learn? I'll throw the moon at you. I mean, you know, Luminous, you can actually have a spell in Elden Ring to throw moons at people. You know that, right? I hope you know that, because that is a thing you can do.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story.
No, yeah, you can. It's just you need a ridiculous amount of skills, if skill points into intelligence to do it. You need 70. You need 70 intelligence to throw moons at people. But yes, your whole motto of get mooned, it's real in Elden Ring. You can actually have a spell that shoots a... I mean, I forget. You know the... At the Hogwarts castle, you know the queen? Did you ever see her throw a moon at you or your summon? Yeah, you get that spell. I upgraded my Magic Man to be able to do that spell. Unfortunately, it's not amazing. It's not that good. New content. Oh wow, a different kind of new content. Shit.
Oh good, you noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
But it is super cool looking, yes. Just like Alco says, throwing moons is way cooler than anything else. But yeah, you would have to change your entire build in this to be able to use it. You would have to basically remake your character from scratch.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my lord.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An
The end is never
entirely
the
new
end.
experience,
Again.
built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Ooh.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. Give me a soda, come on. Taste the sequel. 2.
calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Why are they all just pictures in the picture? Kind of want to stream Genshin for a week and catch up. I mean, you know, 2.7 got announced today, and apparently it looks kind of cool. I haven't seen anything about it though. I'll see if I reinstall Genshin. Maybe. Because everyone wants that new waifu's armpits now, for some reason. Okay. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Oh, then button busted the hotness, the new hotness. Boring sections of the cart. Cool red section of the chart. Ito's coming back. C3 Ito time. Armpits better than feet, I guess. If you say so. If you say so. More TSP, better TSP. Win-win, sequential mindshare. Paradigm shift. Synergy. The color red for a sequel. You want Ito's pecs because his pecs have pecs. The Stanley Parable 2 logo ideas. Thanks for attending my meeting.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Oh no, sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, and Dark Souls 2. Crab, the ultimate sequel. Hello, guy. Every pause button is the Roman numeral 2. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. You are the sequel. New features. All aboard the new content bus at the Stanley Parable 2. This game confuses me too. Every time I see clips of something is different is happening. Yeah, that's what makes it wonderful. Just when you think you've seen everything in this game throws something freaking wild at you.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The reassurance bucket? I saw the new content. Oh my lord, what is happening? Office decorations, the Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Wait, what?
Yes. Good lord, what is happening?
Oh my god, it's new! The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Enjoy the new features.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Too
Isn't
big.
that
This
wonderful?
Just right. This makes me want to play, but I need to finish Undying and play it. No, this is why I recommended for you, Lunanis, that in your you said you wanted a chill game to stream. I recommended the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe in your Discord. Because it's just what? Name, hear yours today. My background music is strangely fitting for what's gonna happen right now. Name.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final
damn!
game,
I
this
need to
button will
fix
say
that, Sleepy
your
Beats. I'm
name,
sorry.
whatever
I need to
name
fix that you actually throw stuff at me.
Let's
I
have you
forgot to do
roleplay as
that.
Jim
No,
to really
I'm sorry.
simulate the full experience of this feature.
But
Just
I
play
appreciate
along.
your
I
bits.
promise you'll
Thank you.
love it.
I
Okay,
appreciate it.
here we go.
I
Let's
need to
take
fix
a
that.
deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams dust. Do you feel it deeply?
Wow,
Are
rude.
you really, truly Jim right
Look,
now?
I'll take out my
Then
anger on
please
that.
step forward and press the button.
Wow, rude. Now she's being Andrewy and throwing stuff at me, and she knows she can just. Luna is the best moon goddess and it's cooler. Oh my. Thank you so much, Sleepy P. I wonder, hang on. You know what? I think I can fix that right now. Hang on. Let me see. Can I fix that right now? Can I fix that? Oh my lord! I'm trying to fix it! I'm trying to fix it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, although, amount to throw, we'll put 5, cooldown 0. Throw 10? Let's see. By the way, Sleepy Pete's, thank you so much for the subscription. I'm fixing this for you right now. If I feel scammed, where's my... You can freaking bounce it back right now. Hang on. I'll fix it right now. I'm just trying to fix this for Sleepy Pete right now. Let's see. Throw for every 1 bit. We'll just put 1,000. Okay. In theory, that should work. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. That should, in theory, work. I don't know, but I'd rather do it right now than not at all, because I'm gonna forget again. Do you want to quit tits? Oh! Oh my lord! She's a big bully. Look at her. Look at her. Abusing power.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
No, okay.
I'm putting the gym button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Alright, I'll hydrate. Okay. Cause I care. Yeah, unlike a big bully named Lunanis.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
A whole new office. Please, no screenshots. Red is the new orange. Don't make me fly down the earth and beat you up. You're already beating me up. The baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy. All right. Where should we go next to? The reassurance bucket? Let's look at the reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
In there, turn the fedora man.
It's a much more convenient
I know.
solution for me than actually redesigning the game
I know,
to be
right?
less uncomfortable.
So mean.
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh my god, I'm gonna pick up the bucket. Are you guys ready? We're gonna pick up the bucket. Why is he laughing crazy?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
You're being mean to me because I didn't bring you
Can I say that I
boba?
do believe the bucket
Wow.
lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
We're just gonna keep the bucket. Screw it.
Does anyone give out awards for
Oh wait,
most enjoyable
they changed it.
bucket
It
in
says
a
the
video
button
game?
that says Jim.
That really should be an
You heard
award if
Jim
it
in the
isn't
game. He changed it. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
The infinite hole, it won't end. Free achievement this way. Free new easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley. But I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you.
Gamers.
And I promise it will happen.
Gamers, we hear you. The narrator hears you. He wants to give you achievements. I got fucking scammed of my free achievement.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
That's a big Stanley. Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell
That's
on
kinda
with your
creepy.
unremarkable life.
That's kind of creepy as hell. What the hell? uh. 1 out of 6. There's 6 of these. Nah, it's just a pitch black freaking dark hole.
God,
That's
it
kind of
really
creepy.
is the worst when you collect everything in a
Yes.
video game and then they give you a big
Lord,
fancy
what is
reward for it.
happening?
Absolutely tragic.
I refuse to believe there's another 5 of them in this area, in this room. This map, free achievement. Buns has a nameplate. Merc. The settings world champion. The Stanley Parable Research Bucket, we have that. Office decorations, epilogue. Infinite hole.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Okay, Sleepy Feeds wants to go see the infinite hole. Let's go see the infinite hole. Def infinite. More hole. Infinity. Science. Question mark? More. Falling. Educational use only. It just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Why is the ceiling coming down? Alright, Sleepy Feeds. Do you want me to fall in the hole? Or should I go to the other exhibits? Because that might be an ending right there to fall down the hole. Yes, okay, he wants to fall down the hole. Alright. Throw your hat down the hole. I can't let go of the bucket. I'd love to throw the bucket down the hole. Yes, please. Ah!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than... Great! I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Don't do it? Okay. We're gonna go back. Ah!
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them.
Narrator's tired of my shit. Oh, I pissed off the narrator before. I pissed him off a lot.
Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know. I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
All right. He's a liar. Oh my god, it changed to mostly infinite hole. He's a liar. Mostly infinite hole. All right, we need to see the settings world champion. Oh, not. Apparently it's locked. I remember seeing a door right here. Let me see.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Alright, guys. Happy 12th birthday or Get Well Someday? Which is it? Oh my god, 12th birthday, alright.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Oh, I see.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. Where's the office decorations? I guess that's it. Now we go to the epilogue room, I guess. Unless there's something at the Merc corner we can actually interact with. I doubt it though. Yeah, can't interact with anything. Don't worry, I have the bucket. Everything will be fine. Everything will be just fine. Oh, can I not? Can I not, like, do anything here? I thought this would do something. Now what? not sure. Not sure what to do now. We have gone to all the exhibits, technically. Got this fedora, man. Oh my god, I need to be pro gamer at Stanley. Oh, wait a minute. I think I haven't gone this way. Here it is, exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah. Oh my god, look at that edgy poster. Oh my goodness. Now what?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together,
screenshot, nothing
and
happens.
we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Now look, there's the other.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
There's
Hold
the other
on.
Stanleys
Let
to
me do a
collect.
different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
No.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh my god! He changed the fucking title screen! He fucking changed the title screen! Oh, that's really good! Oh, that's really, really good. That's incredible! That's amazing. Alright. What happens when I start it now? I want to see what, like, where does this go? Where's it going? Oh, it's just repeating like that. I see. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Oh my god, there's balloons in it
Employee
now.
Number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, of every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ripping, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change
The Stanley Parable 2
Something
happened.
he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. no one had showed up to give him instructions.
Get well someday.
Or even
It's just
say,
all the pollutes everywhere now.
never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh my god, wait, that mug says who farted. It says who farted. I mean, you get Luna's that mug. Who farted? It was me. I knew it. I knew it all along. Hey! Hey, you said it was you. Hey, it's the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
The bucket. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So every run through, I need to come and touch that computer to get more of the password through?
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
The magic of the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Oh yeah, you were here, Lunas. Let me show you the magic of the broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy is as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I
You
know
feel
how
it,
hard
Mr.
it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. I'm getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends, that your relationship is purely superficial and convenient, that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
Oh man,
Have it.
I told you, Lunas, you have to play this game. It is a really magical experience.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There.
Property is
Now it's
Stanley.
settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Oh my lord. Oh my goodness.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're
Your
holding
internet
is
be
a
dying,
bucket
oh
or
no.
not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Give me more stickers. I'm gonna stay in this broom closet. Do you give me more stickers for my bucket?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
He just left. He left. The narrator has left the building. The stream keeps buffering for you. Oh no.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Not my lord.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the bosses chose. Extreme bathrooms! What does it say? Can't read it. It's too small for me. Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century. Tired of getting ash on your porcelain? Faucets, pipes. Oh my goodness gracious. This game? What is this game?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
The bucket tell me.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Your energy should be good now? Well, the bucket told us the passcode to our boss's secret room. Oh.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Oh my goodness gracious. You gotta collect them all for no reason. Because collectibles.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I'm gonna lose the bucket somehow, some way. Ah, what if I go back up? I wonder. Should I go back up and see what happens?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Man. The bucket will protect me, it'll be fine.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh my lord, turn on the camera.
The monitor jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Feeble.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Trust nobody. Except for
But
bucket.
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
The bucket made a sassy comment about taking the system down. Okay. Alright. Facility power, huh? No, I can't get up there. Okay. Fine. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. 5. System
When
power.
at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
I want my bucket!
Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
The bucket was too strong. What happened over here? The hell? Hang on one second. Okay, there it is. My playlist stopped. Like, where's my music?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It still says property
Stanley
of
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone? Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Where's the computer that had the password thing on it? How do I get into room 420? Ah!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What the hell? Nearby a fireplace, a private but smelly place. Somewhere both red and blue. Stairs, something to do with stairs. A large room, lots of boxes. What the hell? Sheep Chris remains from the warehouse floor. Construct a new structurally sound bridge. Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless. Weird spinning figurines. Oh my god, how many are there? Synergize our resources to ensure the retrieval. There are many questions. There is no memo for management. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took pictures of them? Red room. Thank you. Good luck. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up. Clue.jpg. My lord.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Why not?
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Why not? Give me stickers. I need more stickers on my bucket. That's how he gets his power level.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Business strategy. A Glock on a panda's head. Okay. This wasn't here before. Let's see if I go up. Oh my god, that elevator music. Wait, what? I thought I went up. Is that all it is? It's just a freaking... It doesn't actually go anywhere? No way. That's all it is, isn't it? Oh my lord, that's all it is.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
We have to escape this time with the bucket. We will escape this time.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh no!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
Oh
as
my God.
Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Oh my
In a
God!
single visceral instant,
The narrator
the
changed.
bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's
Oh
true
my
that all
God.
buckets are radiant in their own way,
Holy
but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge, much like the bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within. When did the bucket get stickers? Oh, when we went to the broom closet, the narrator put stickers on our bucket. But through the use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here? Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Oh my God. My life is meaningless compared to the bucket. I know this now. Oh, there's a bucket up there. A bucket with two handles. This bucket is depicted as having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life. As being deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Yeah, a lot happens, Sleepy Pete's. Like, I'm still finding new things in this game, and I've been playing it for quite a bit. Like, it's insane how much branching paths and utter silliness you find in this game. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which was in the medieval era so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet, in spite of it all, a simple fact remains. No one can control the bucket. The stress bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. Vulnerabilities equals size and strength in the bucket. Coping strategies equals holes. Rest and relaxation for doing something you enjoy. Presented without commentary. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. The chanting, though.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Man should kneel before the hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between the bucket and humanity. However, clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Oh!
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together.
Oh no, we're gonna die.
Take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Ah! I'm fucking dead. Oh my god. Alright then. We are back.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Meeting today in the meeting room.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I finally don't find that computer anymore.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
We need to go to the employee lounge with the bucket. We need to show him.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
How did I get that other ending that I want to show you looting this? I think it's this way. Hang on. And I wonder if it'll change with the bucket.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
said the bucket.
Now
but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Oh my lord. Okay, so there is something over there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Oh my lord. Oh, what? Holy crap, what? Where are we? Oh no. Now where are we? Why is there all these VHS tapes? Narrator dialogue. On cassettes.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense...
Oh my god, the bucket's
anything
making the narrator
makes.
losing his mind.
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
This game, man.
Why everything
this game.
feels so...
Just... Oh my lord, this game.
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
I can monetize it? Oh no.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Oh my god.
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Well, that was spooky. Oh my lord. That's spooky as hell. What the fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nervy worthy. And here I
picked
thought
up
the
the
bucket
bucket
gave
and
me
smiled.
warm and soft
He'd
feelings.
never be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting
Is this a
room.
horror game? I
Stanley
mean,
had felt the bucket calling
it has
to him,
nothing.
telling
There's
him
nothing
that the
inherently
employee
like
lounge was
jump
simply the
scary
place to
or like
be.
horror in the
And
game.
here
It's
it
just
was. Had the
creepy
bucket
because
turned
you're
out to
by
be correct?
yourself in
Well, no,
very, very
never mind.
weird environments.
was
It's more
wrong.
psychological
Stanley took the door in his
thriller
left
than
to go
horror,
back
I
to
would
the meeting
argue.
room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah,
I have
good.
to.
Said the bucket.
I have
Now
to
ride the
say.
lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Oh,
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I have to see if this ending changes with the bucket. I need to see.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley
room.
once again obeyed blindly.
A dark room. There's no dark room here. Oh, that dark room. Anyway, that's different. Is it?
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay. What changes?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Why does he sound like a character from Harry Potter? I have no idea. Which character in particular are you thinking, oh my god, is that a bucket? Wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh. Press A to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Oh, okay. Isn't that a goblin named Dobby or something? No, I forget. Bucket. Press X to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it would ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different
Not Dobby.
location. That's it. It doesn't
I
do
don't remember
anything else.
It's the only one I know of. The tiny goblin. Don't listen to the loud man. Press X for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is this awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press Y to ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
If you believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? I just have to go back.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
Yeah, I don't
Sturdier,
remember that. If it's
more
just some
capable
regular
of transporting liquid.
character.
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
It's been too long since I've seen that first movie. I don't remember much about it besides, you know, a giant snack. Press up to relive the same day with me over and over. Oh no.
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press up to go home to work. Wait, press up to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket.
Oh no.
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with
What
me?
is
I don't understand.
What is this?
Perhaps if I had the bucket,
What
this
is
would be less
this?
confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
No, isn't there a giant snake in the first one? Basilisk, right? I think it's called. What's in the fucking Chamber of Secrets if it's not, Man, do I just not remember the first movie at all anymore? Jesus, it's been that long. Wait a minute, there's a bucket right there! Jazz Knights. There's a bucket in that one too. Alright.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Close your eyes. Oh! Then I don't remember shit from the first one then. I guess I don't remember anything.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was the good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said, "Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Oh lord. Are we actually gonna...
What
Oh my...
is comedic
Oh
timing?
my lord.
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
Wait a minute.
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Oh my lord.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary.
What?
When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter
My lord.
and even tripled over in laughter.
I'm
no
Dunny
time at
with the
all.
funny.
Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence.
Wait, what?
And to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles.
What's
All
happening?
of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after
Oh
us,
my
and
God.
their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Luminous, I think I'm gonna use that. I'm Dunny with the funny. One day, when you're least expecting it, I say a joke, I'm gonna say, I'm Dunny with the funny.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud? Here we go. You ready?
Send me
When
back.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors,
Send
they
me
entered
back.
the door on the left.
If you say that to me in real life, I will slap you. No different than anything else I say.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest
All right.
joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
No.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
Oh my God.
Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale
No,
with
she's
shame.
gone.
Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley,
This isn't ending yet.
Mental. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Oh, this game. What is this game, man? Every time I go on a loop, every time, there's something new that just... Alright, I'm gonna do one more loop,
All of his
and then I think I'm gonna call it
gone.
a day.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
There is a
memo.
chance I'll
No matter how hard
stream
Stanley
again
looked,
late night
he couldn't find
today,
a trace of
'cause
his
I can.
co-workers.
Possible chance. I'll see how I'm feeling. I just need to go in a bit to go get dinner of some kind.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfect. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
What's
never
for
mind.
dinner?
The bucket was
I have no
wrong.
idea. I need to figure it out. That's
Stanley
fine.
took the door on his left.
I'll
to
take
go
a break
back
to
the
figure that
meeting
out.
room.
I don't know what's for dinner.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
To be 3.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
Oh my God.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and
Sleepy
isn't
Pete, do
a
you know
bucket.
what is and isn't a
Please,
bucket?
Step in here for a moment.
Do you know? Are you sure? How can you tell me that you're not a bucket at this very moment? How would I know you're not a bucket? Oh my lord.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What?
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
The thing is rigged. You were taught to be an omnipotent
Item
being
3.
in school?
Is
What school
this
did
a
you go to for that? I wish they taught me how to be an omnipotent being.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Yes. Everything is a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective.
Welcome back,
What is a bucket?
Villainous.
What isn't a
We're
bucket?
questioning
Mere moments
what's a
ago, I
bucket.
could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes, you're a
Stanley,
bucket.
I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Everything was
Every
a
single
bucket.
thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my god, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news.
We're not buckets.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
This game, just so many different branching paths, so many different loops. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. I think I will stop there for now. The sequel is not paused. Oh my lord. Well, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some dinner. I'm gonna get some dinner. And I need to figure it out what it... Oh, okay. I hope you enjoyed the Stanley Parable. Luminous, you totally need to buy this and play this with your chat. There's a lot of endings you haven't seen that I did not do this session, so like... Trust me, even if you've seen quite a bit of them from me, you haven't seen them all. There's a lot. There's a lot of... Oh my god! Alright. Burger. There, I ate the burger. How's that? Hmm? Bye guys, thank you. I'll catch you later. Bye bye.